BMR-Farm.com and BMR-Odds.com, boys. What is going on? Welcome back to the lobby, episode number 153. As always, each and every week, looking like you're still out here in Vegas. It's been hot out here, Reload. They have extreme heat warnings almost every day. It's been 110 to 115 each day for the past week. It's been really brutal out here with the heat.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about that. Record highs. I'm hearing in the AC/DC concerts coming up soon. They're going to have to close the stadium roof for that one because I think it's going to be 140 degrees. So, yeah, if you're heading out to Allegiant for that one, you might want to, get there early, avoid some of that heat, and get in the stadium where it's going to be cool inside.
Yep. And as always, each every week, Mr. Sam's in charge. What's up, Sammy?
What's up? We got the opposite weather here. We got 4 inches of rain in upstate New York. We've got flash flood warnings, the exact opposite of the heat wave.
Huh.
Yeah, it's, low 70s for temperature. It was beautiful over the weekend, but yeah, we've been raining for about 24 hours and it's not stopping anytime soon.
Wow.
No issues for me, but in some streets in some cities close to me, there are some flooding, but it's a day off for me. So I'm just chilling at home watching some tennis. And yeah, I see we're all wearing black. It must be a funeral for Bobby's weight gain challenge. Bobby's losing all that weight over there. It must be the heat, doing all those jumping jacks outside or doing all the laps outside, right? Is that what you're doing?
Doing all the laps in the pool. That's exactly right. As a matter of fact, I went out there this morning and did about 25 minutes of swimming, then sat in the hot tub for about 10 minutes. So definitely try to burn the calories. But unfortunately, I jumped on the scale afterwards, I actually met 237, so I gained a touch of weight, which is weird because I've been, my new thing now. I'm putting in what I'm eating into ChatGPT. It says I should eat about 1,800 calories a day, a little bit of a calorie deficit. So I've been, when I go somewhere, I'll put in, hey, what can I eat here? What can I eat there? What can I eat here? And it's kind of giving me some recommendations and. I hit my calorie goal, yesterday and the day before, but for some reason I gained some weight, which is weird. But
I just got an incoming text from Diggity and KVB. It says, "How many calories are in dicks?"
I would not know because that's not anything that I enjoy or have ever touched. So I wouldn't know. I mean, KVB, Diggity, why don't you guys find out from each other and then you can report back to the forum. But that being said, Tony Romo, Reload, guy got a DUI. The most surprising part about not even seeing the video, but just reading the article, is the real totally lax DWI. They call it OWI out there. DWI penalties. The guy, it's a civil case, which is crazy. Civil case between $150 and $300 is the fine, and then it's done. It's like, no big deal. Go ahead and drive drunk.
Yeah, well, Tony Romo, he always had that image of being a pretty clean-cut guy and all that, and I'm kind of surprised. I mean, at least when Mark Sanchez gets in trouble, it lasts a while in the news and all that for all he did, but Tony Romo, yeah, he's just in and out. He'll be back behind the broadcast booth and, probably like nothing happened.
You think he will? You don't think they're going to get rid of him over this?
Oh, no, I think it'll just blow right over. I think he's too valuable in the booth.
All righty. Sammy, your thoughts on his DUI and your thoughts on the video?
The video was awesome. I mean, he was stretching before he was doing the walk-in.
Exactly.
They asked him if he's ever had a concussion, and he's like, I don't know, Jim. Back in the day, the mugshot picture is unbelievable. He's smiling because he knows no big deal. I'm getting away with it. In the grand scheme of things, he didn't injure himself. He didn't get into a car accident. He didn't injure anyone else. And the video is actually pretty bad towards the cops too. So we'll see. You'll see what happens on it. But the video is awesome. The fact that he's stretching beforehand, again, the fact that he's remembering the concussions before he answers the question. It's the memes are great. The picture's great. So, great event. Good for Tony Romo.
Yeah, he definitely had some fun with it. That's for sure. I mean, like you said, especially with the mugshot and probably, excuse me. Again, with the Sorry, that came out of nowhere.
Choking on dicks, Bobby, I think.
Oh wow! Now Reload's jumping into the bandwagon, but with with the mugshot and with his answering of some of the cops' questions, to Sammy's point, he definitely had some fun with it, knowing that hey, this is not going to be any big deal, and this is gonna go right away. But you know what? It is a big deal, Reload. What is a big deal, and I know it's going to make Philly Flyer cream his pants. He probably already did multiple times over this. LeBron is headed to Philadelphia as a 76er, but he's not living in Philly. He's going to be commuting by a helicopter to New York City.
Yeah, well, it's interesting he chose the Sixers. I know they were one of the longer shots. It's not where I expected him to end up. I was figuring Miami or Cleveland, but the Sixers, it'll be interesting having him there. If he doesn't get hurt, it'll be a nice season. And as far as the commuting goes, boy, I think that's a terrible idea. Like, look at what happened to Kobe Bryant and his when he went short. What was that supposed to be, a 20-minute flight or something? And he got killed. So why would you risk the chance of relying on a chopper, a helicopter to take you in as frequently as that? That's going to have to be every day for practice and all that. Back and forth. I wouldn't take the chance if I was him. I know Philly's not the most exciting place, but he could have made the most of it somehow. And I think it's kind of even insulting a little to that Philly community that he doesn't even want to live there. Has that ever even happened for any athlete before? I don't think so. I think it's a big it just shows what a money grab the whole thing is. He doesn't care about the community or anything. He's just going to fly in like a big jet setter, and I hope he's got a good pilot and a good plane.
You know what? You're exactly right, Reload. It is like a big slap in the face to the city of Philadelphia. There's definitely some nice areas of town, growing up 45 minutes from there. I was there every once in a while. And, yes, there are some shit areas of town, but it's like any other major city. You could say the same for New York City. He could buy a really nice, high rise or whatever with his endless amount of money in Philadelphia and be living great there. But you're right. It does definitely, pose more risk for sure. And, unfortunately, it is like a slap in the face. What do you think, Sam? 2 years, $8 million as well, which is
LeBron making this story all about himself. I mean, the money doesn't matter. The $8 million will pay for all of his travel expense. He's making more in endorsements and all the other stuff that he does. Obviously, he's going for a title, but trust in the process hasn't really worked out too well for the 76ers. Embiid's not going to play more than 60 games. LeBron's not going to play more than 60 games. They got 3 ball hogs on the team, and Jaylen Brown, who wanted to be number 1, is now, number 3, maybe even number 4 on that team, depending on how you want to look at it. Maxi's been there longer, and Embiid's been there for 15 years, and LeBron is going to outweigh, Jaylen Brown. So, you have 4 individuals on the team. You have no bench, and 4 individuals don't make a team. So the Knicks are still the team to beat in the East. I would love to smoke the 76ers in the playoffs.
All righty, Sammy. Thank you. Reversing that from NBA to WNBA, Reload, what do you got?
Yeah, WNBA is back from the All-Star break. There was a big load of games last night. Today, only 2 games, though. So there's no triple penetration tonight. Only 1 game on the board for me, and that's Golden State. Golden State minus 3.5 at Phoenix tonight. Mercury 0-4 against the spread as a home dog. This isn't the Diana Taurasi Phoenix Mercury anymore here. They are struggling this season. And Golden State 3-1 as a road fave. Golden State also beat Phoenix twice this year already. And I think Golden State, after a long layoff for both teams from the All-Star break, I don't think the home court's going to matter much for Phoenix. It's going to feel like the first day of the season again for these teams. So I think Golden State goes in and steals the win and covers the number. Take Golden State minus 3.5.
All righty, Reload. Thank you. And speaking of blowing big loads, Sammy, this is a big day for Philly Flyer. We already talked about the LeBron James, to Philadelphia. And then on this day in sports history, Sam, July 29th, the Phillies retired number 32 in honor of Mr. Steve Carlton. And that being said, Sam, what do you got for MLB today?
Well, I think Sammy might want to give his MLB pick, but you could start with me if you want.
I can start with Sam. I hit the wrong button. Go on.
Hey, so MLB right now, I'm 202 and 162 on the year, plus 3.5 units. And, I'm going to start off with the Pirates in the doubleheader today against the Diamondbacks. I'm going with the Blue Jays with Savage because he's on my fantasy team for against the Nationals. The Brewers at San Fran. Shockingly enough, we're going to go with the Yankees on Wednesday against the White Sox, sweep that matchup. And then the Dodgers at home against Seattle. And also shout out to Stevie, who did defeat Mr. Pipe, who posted literally while we're doing this. He's posting on the forum, but not on video. But Stevie beat Pipe for $1,000 from Roofer. There is no contest for August, so we will come back in September, see what's going on for football. But congrats to Mr. Stevie K.
Congratulations, Stevie. Reload, over to you. Let's talk some MLB. What do you got?
Well, I got 2 plays today for MLB, both in the National League. Home teams going with the home cooking. First, the Cincinnati Reds as a home dog plus 119, finishing up with the Cleveland Guardians. They split the first 2 games. Reds got a shutout last night. I think the momentum keeps going, and I like the price as a home dog plus 119. So I like the Reds. Also, the St. Louis Cardinals in what's shaping up as a pick'em type game against the Chicago Cubs. I got the Cardinals at minus 103. St. Louis beat up pretty bad in the first 2 games. I think they stopped the bleeding here tonight and get off the snide with a win over Chicago. So that's the Reds and the Cardinals for me today.
All righty, Reload. Thank you. Sammy, let's talk some tennis. How's that looking?
Yeah, right now they're in Washington, D.C. for a men-women's 500 level, and then they got a couple smaller levels, men's in Los Cabos and women's in Memphis. A couple Americans still in battle. You got Taylor Fritz, you got Emma Navarro. I got both of them today, and then I got Osaka under her games, and then Joe Dar Nishikori under. Should be Joe Dar in 2 sets tonight. On the season, 445 and 338 plus 55 units and plus 13 units on the hard court. So doing well.
All righty. Awesome, Sammy. Well, best of luck to everyone on the forum with all of your action, and we will see you guys on the forum.
See ya.